welcome everyone. So in this video, I'm just going to walk through certain steps to make a pull-up much easier and to get to the point where you can do a full pull-up. Because hands down, the best back exercise that you can possibly do is a pull-up, and not like a dumbbell row or a lat pull down, whatever. But when you can do a full pull-up, then it just makes you look like a badass, and that's really the best back exercise that you can possibly do. Unfortunately, it takes a lot of strength, and not a lot of people can do a full pull-up. If they can do a pull-up, it's hard. They probably can't do like 10 in a row, 20, 15, one seg. It's really hard. But if you can do that, you have a really strong back. So I'm just going, of course, there's many steps that lead up to a full pull-up. You don't want to just jump on a pull-up bar and try to pull yourself up. That's not how you do a pull-up or how you transition to learn how to do one. So I'm going to walk through a bunch of little steps on how you do a pull-up. I just want to say this is very hard to film a video completely by myself. So I apologize if there's bad camera angles or whatever, but pretty much the first step that I did when I was in college and I was transitioning to doing a lot of pull-ups or learning how to do more pull-ups is first you have to strengthen your back muscles. And everything I do, I'm going to show you, is body weight. It doesn't involve weights, dumbbells. You don't have to go to a gym to do it. You can if you want, but essentially, as you see, I'm in a park right now. You can do it essentially anywhere. So the first exercise is called cobras. It's all body weight. You can do it anywhere. And these build your back significantly. They look very easy, and they really are if you do like 2 of them, but if you do 7, then 3 sets of something, it gets very hard very, very fast. So first you want to do the cobras. And these are very simple. Just lying anywhere you lie down. I don't know if you can see me, but essentially you lie down. And how it works is everything follows your breath. So you want to make it follow your breath, and it's just reach your arms out and slowly bring your arms up and your legs, and you go until you feel like you'll feel your back tighten. You'll know when you're going far enough. You'll feel your shoulder blades tighten together, and then you hold that for like a second or so. So arms outstretched. What I do is I slowly exhale. So like 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn up, hold it for like a second or so, and then come back down slowly. What I do is I turn up my thumbs because it's just easier or whatever. And everything works by going slow, so you really want to go as slow as possible during that. And really, you want to get to the point where you do like, I don't know, I'd say for 2 weeks is a good time. Just do that for like 3 sets of 7 or 3 sets of 10 for like 2 weeks. There's really, or like 3 times a day, or not 3 times a day, for 3 days. 3 days a week. There's really no point to do more than 10 reps of that cobra thing, because then at that point, your back's already strong enough, you're wasting your time doing the cobras. You can transition to the next exercise. Now, and I did that for like a month in college, whatever. It builds your back greatly, and it's very simple to do. You can do it anywhere. So you can do it like between commercials on TV, whatever. Now the next one I call incline curl-ups. I don't know, I see it's called incline row sometimes, whatever the hell you want to call it. But essentially you find a ball like this. It doesn't have to be on a park. Again, if you're in a gym, you can use like a Smith machine, set the bar low, whatever. That's what I actually do in the gym. So I'm like that douchebag just doing curl-ups on a Smith, pull-ups on a squat rack, whatever. I don't really care. So find a bar like this, whatever. You can do it at home. Just be creative. You can find something to do like this on, like a chair, or maybe not a chair, that's not safe. But you can find something. What you want to do is this mimics the same exact muscles your pull-up does. It's like when you're doing a push-up. Like when you're doing a push-up, do whatever push-up, blah, 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 push-up. And you can make it harder by raising your legs higher. Make it easier by doing a push-up like off the surface or push-up off the ground. It's changing the angle. The angle makes the exercise harder, easier. The same thing with a pull-up. You don't want to do an assisted pull-up on the machine where like it takes a certain load off of you. So like, you know how like the assisted pull-up machines, whatever in the gym, those things are bullshit. Because you're not mimicking the muscles in the same pull-up. You're doing the pull-up motion, but the machine's made it significantly easier by taking off weight. And you don't want, when you do a full pull-up, you obviously have your full body weight, so you really don't want to use the machine, depend on the machine to lift you. So find a bar like this, whatever. Obviously it gets harder if you change the angle. The more upright your body is, the harder the pull-up is. But find a machine. And I like to do wide pull-ups because the wider you do them, it actually does lengthen your back out. But again, it doesn't matter, it's harder, wider. Do regular pull-ups, close grip doesn't matter, but the routine that I like to do, you can do 3 sets of 10, you can do whatever you want, but the routine I like to do is wide, whatever, 2, 7. Focus on the down motion. The down motion is very important. The up is not so much, the down is where your back actually gets stronger. so you do 7. And then without resting, in a closed grip, you do 7. Now, that's a really great exercise. Even when you're at the point where you can do pull-ups, this is a great alternative. So when you get to the point where you can't really do a significant amount of pull-ups anymore, you can come here and like burn off the rest of your back. So it's a really great exercise. So when you do, like, what I would do is I would do cobras for like, what I would do is I would do like cobras for 2 weeks or so, and then like 3 sets, build up to 3 sets of 10 because it does get really hard when your back's tired, and then do that for like 2 weeks, whatever. Do sets of 7, sets of 10, whatever. Just build up the strength. Now, that would never get significantly easy, but you'll like after 2 weeks, so you'll know when you want to move to a full pull-up. Now we'll go to a full pull-up. Okay, so hopefully you can see my face perfect. But okay, so now when you're ready to the point where you're ready to attempt a full pull-up, there's a few things you gotta do. First, well, obviously you gotta find a pull-up bar. You can buy the pull-up bars you put on your door. It doesn't matter. It's still something to pull yourself up. You can be creative and pull yourself up on a tree branch. Obviously, it's harder on a tree branch because it hurts your grip more. But just be creative. But essentially, when you find a pull-up bar, the way to progress into a full pull-up is not to hang underneath the bar and try to pull yourself up. Like, that's not the way to progress into it. That's just the way to pretty much tell yourself, if you're not at the point you can do pull-up, like, oh, I can't do a pull-up, and then you just give up. That's usually what happens when you do a pull-up, because it's really disheartening. So you don't stand on a pull-up bar and just try to pull yourself up. That's not how you do a pull-up. That's not how you progress into one. There's much easier ways. So what you do is there's 2 things you can do. One, focus on negative pull-ups. Now, negative pull-ups is when you're above the bar and you slowly lower yourself down. And by slowly, I mean like you take 5 to 7 seconds to lower yourself down. And that takes a lot of back strength to hold your body up in that position, essentially, because you're tensing your muscles for like 5 to 7 seconds. You're contracting them. And if you know physiology or anything about muscles and strength training, your muscles only get stronger when you contract them, essentially, and break them down. When you're doing the up motion of any exercise, it doesn't have to be a pull-up, but you're doing a curl, you're doing the up motion, whatever. When you're doing the up motion of anything, you're not actually, obviously you tense your muscles, but you're not actually breaking your muscle fibers. It's the down motion of everything, like the down motion of a curl up, the down motion of a pull up, the down motion of a bench press, whatever. It's always the down motion that you want controlled, because that is what actually stretches and breaks the muscle fibers. So, same thing in a pull up. The down motion you want to focus on, the negative pull ups, you probably build up to like 5 or 6 because they are really hard. So you just do like 2 sets of 5 or 6 or something like that. Just make up a number. Now, there's different ways to do it, because obviously if you're in a full pull-up bar, you have to get yourself above the bar in the first place. So one, you can have, you probably don't want to have someone help you up there, because I don't know. I don't like doing that. So an easy thing is like put a chair underneath the bar so you can pretty much lift yourself up. It's very simple. Just put a chair, stand on the chair, jump up above the bar, and then slowly lower yourself down. Obviously, when you first do it, slowly probably is going to mean like a second or 2, because you don't have the back muscles or the strength to hold yourself up and blow down controlled. But over like a week or so, you'll be surprised how fast your back actually gets stronger and adapts to it. So if at first slowly means a second, who cares? Just keep doing it. That's how you get better at anything. Just keep doing it. Who cares what? So I'll just show you negative pull-ups for now. Zoom in a little bit. Okay. So you're at your bar. Now in this instance, I'm using a full bar, and obviously to get myself above the bar, I had to actually pull myself up. I can't jump up or anything, so if you're not at that point, you can actually pull yourself up again. Use a chair. When it comes to exercise, you have to put your pride aside, or your ego, whatever. If you ever want to get better at doing pull-ups, benching, getting stronger, you have to put your ego aside and use assistance, or low weight, or whatever. And in the case of bodyweight exercise, you have to put your ego aside and actually get to the point where actually you want to use a chair for a pull-up. Who cares what other people think? Put a chair underneath it so you can stand up. I don't have a chair now, otherwise I will demonstrate. But put a chair, you stand up so you can pull yourself above the bar. Obviously, again, wider the better. The wider it's harder. You don't want to go like too wide, because that takes a significant amount of strength. But just get to the point, pull yourself up, and get above the bar, slowly slow yourself down. Like, it helps if you exhale slowly, just focus on your breath. This is where it's significantly harder, like in between. In the middle, you want to hold that a little bit. Slowly lower yourself down, and then let go. You don't want to try to pull yourself back up, just let go. Pause for a little bit, like, stop, chill, talk to people, whatever you want to do. Get back in the zone. Pull yourself back up, slowly lower yourself down. So I prefer to grip the bar with my thumbs over it, instead of like a full grip on the thumbs. It doesn't matter, it's preference. Okay, now negatives are one way to the best way to do it. Even when you're at the point where you can do a lot of pull-ups, negatives are still awesome. So like on the very last rep, I do like, what I like to do is like 15, and the very last rep just slowly lower myself down. Now, another thing is, with that chair, another thing you can do is, Another thing you can do with a chair, or really anything you can stand on, is stand on the chair and just practice pulling yourself up. Even though you're not technically using your muscles, just practice pulling yourself up. That's how your body gets stronger at anything. It has to get in the situation where you have to get used to the motion. So like when I was learning how to do a handstand, or if you're learning how to do a handstand, any gymnast, you know your body has to get used to being upside down in the first place. So you don't just go and try to bust out a full handstand right away. That's how you set yourself up for failure. What you do is you find a wall and you jump and you just into a handstand, or you have someone put you into a handstand and you just chill there for like 30 seconds. Because you want your body to get used to being upside down. Same thing with a pull-up. You want your body to get used to pulling yourself up and going through the motion. So work on those, and you can probably easily get a pull-up in about a month if you work on those 3 steps, depending on where you're starting. Start with cobras for like a week or so. You want to build up to like 3 sets of 10. Once you get past that, you're already significantly stronger. You can move to the next step, and then you start doing incline pull-ups, whatever, and you can do like 7-7, 3 sets of whatever, and then finally you build up to negative pull-ups, and that's it. Stay away from the assisted pull-ups. Those are bullshit. They make it significantly easier, and they don't even use the same muscles, because you're trying to pull. When you do a pull-up, you're expecting to pull up your full body weight. You're training to pull up your full body weight. You're not training to pull yourself up 50 pounds later. You want to train what you're trying to do. So stay away from the assisted pull-up bars. They're stupid. So essentially just do those, and you get to the point where you can do the full pull-up. And once you get to a full pull-up, there's different steps to get stronger.